Sweet lumber.
Okay, beautiful.
You know what time it is.
It's mallet time. Oh my
Oh no,
goodness.
I should have taken my little guy out before I did that.
Oh my god! What is happening? Hello my friends and welcome back to PlayStation Underground. We are playing Dino Frontier. Zach is playing, Justin and I are watching. Hi, Justin.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Zach, over there.
Hi, Zach.
You're doing some fancy hand gestures here. Bring your hands up a little bit further. Let me just see. Oh, my goodness. The majesty. Dino Frontier is out now on PlayStation VR. It's kind of an interesting genre blend, isn't it, Justin?
Zach, how does it feel to be in the Dino Frontier?
You're there.
It feels like I am god of the dinosaurs. Or actually, I'm god of these little people that for some reason seem to want to harvest dinosaurs.
I mean, they're part of the natural resources. This is kind of one of the, sight down. What's it? Eagle eye perspective games.
Sure.
Where you're sort of looking at the game world from above and interacting with it as such.
It's kind of like a tabletop style.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a god game, real-time strategy game. We've just started here. We're maybe about 30 minutes in here. So we're building this little settlement here. So I've already built this lumber yard. I have a little food depot over here.
I love that Zach can just point to it and
Excuse
it's
me?
there.
What? Any questions? Do you have any questions about how I reference different objects in my settlement?
I like that you can.
Disturbing to you at all?
No, I think it's great. That looks good.
Just make sure your hands keep making those movements while you're doing that.
I don't know what it is, guys. It's really satisfying to see the hand do these things.
It's also a little terrifying.
So we have our food depot over here.
Yeah.
We have
The
our
saloon.
very important for every settlement.
Maybe the most vital part of the settlement.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then you can see I've got my guy out there who's chopping some lumber for me, which is very nice. We've got some dinos patrolling the wilds over here.
As they are wont to do.
And so, yeah, I think we're kind of following the early steps of the tutorials here.
Yeah, it's still kind of tutorial level right now. So I've played a little bit. I played maybe an hour into the game a while back, and I think it becomes a little more automated. You don't have to single-handedly pick up every log eventually, but my favorite thing about Dino Frontier is how cleverly they integrate the... Zach, no!
Zach! No, Zach, his fate is in your...
No!
No!
Whoa, he changed.
Oh.
Oh,
maybe. Oh, because he went into saloon mode.
So Zach, do that thing where it's showing you like to pick him up and flip your hand up like it shows there. Ooh, and you can like see all of his stats and stuff. I love the way that they integrate the HUD like this and all the different interface elements.
It's super smart.
And now, Justin, you did some motion capture for this dance, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's totally me.
In the interest of full disclosure,
Legal disclaimer, that's not actually me, but I think I could do that dance.
I mean, I feel like that's what you would do in the club. That's just the vibe that I get. So, yeah, Dino Frontier is, like I was saying before, genre blend, mixes a lot of resource management, character management. You get to city build. So it's a really cool, and it's also great for people.
This is the best part.
This is the best part.
Okay.
So when you're building something.
So I have a mallet in my hand
yes,
because I need to build a clinic because my little guy's hurt.
Yeah,
so
you want to get...
How do we build?
Well... if only building were that easy, I would have a much easier time building.
What, you're saying it's not?
I don't think so. I think it's a little more complicated than that. Is your clinic just like a single drawer? Yeah.
Right now, I think it will grow.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen some movies or TV shows set in the Wild West. It's pretty much let this wound bleed for a while and see what happens.
You strap them down, you put a snake on the person, and you hope for the best.
Yeah, I think healthcare back in those times was like you pour gunpowder on a wound and then you light it.
You've seen too many action movies,
right?
Well, this
was
is
that
a very
actually done. I wonder.
This is a no holds barred raw portrayal of life on the
life with dinosaurs
on the frontier.
Zach, how is it? Is it just give me a little bit of sense of what you're feeling? How are you interacting with the world? I mean, it looks pretty seamless.
Yeah, I mean, we should say maybe peel back the curtain a little bit. I was not going to be the person playing this game. We were going to have Justin play this game. But for testing purposes, I put this on, and it feels so good to just like manipulate this world.
Right.
The aesthetic is fantastic. I have a history of really liking kind of real-time strategy games and certainly God games. And it's amazing kind of what VR brings to that experience. Being able to kind of peek into the world, almost like kind of a diorama, feels really
totally.
Great.
I mean,
yeah, I walked in and Zach was having too much fun. I couldn't bear to take the headset away from him.
That's right.
I mean, that also, it kind of brings into, a lot of folks that play video games also really like collecting figures or like,
Yes.
all that stuff, or board games, card games. And having this sort of setup in VR gives you that sense like, oh, you're actually interacting with a real physical game board.
Yeah,
even though
yeah.
it's actually virtual.
I've seen people describe this type of thing as like the tabletop VR genre, and I think that there's so much potential in this genre, this brand new genre that's still in its infancy. There's so much potential for developers to do really interesting things here.
Zach, if you were to, I'm not condoning wasting resources, but if you were to take one of those pieces of lumber and just chuck it into the air, what would happen?
Well,
let's find out.
Oh,
can you? No, just like throw it, like fastball it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, does it go straight into the?
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
What?
Wait.
Oh.
You're trying to crush them with it?
Should we see, this guy's been taking care of business out in the woods here. He's
Yeah, he really has.
almost deforested this entire area, which is great. Let's see what
Great for
happens
him.
if I maybe try and get a little food for us.
Okay.
Oh,
so now he's attacking.
combat! Dinosaur combat!
Dinosaur combat. You're fighting a dinosaur in the Wild West.
Yeah,
could
was he
probably
throwing
do-
rocks at him?
A dino wants no part of that
Yeah,
business.
the dino's not
No,
feeling
he's
it.
running away. I wonder if you could chuck that little settler into the water far away. I don't know if you have that sort of range.
You guys are so
but-
sadistic. Virtual reality, and this
No,
is the first thing that
this
you do.
is an jeez.
Oh.
This is an experiment. That's all.
Oh,
You're like, no, it doesn't like.
that's
you.
pretty
Okay.
impressive,
do that.
though.
Don't drown your
The
settlers.
fact that you were able to
Poor
get
little
that
guys.
far into the world is nice. I thought you just had that first open spot to play in, but it
Your
looks like you
settlement
can
eventually
expand.
will expand, I think,
Okay.
too. So
Yeah, I
you
mean,
can-
you can see this is a pretty substantial little zone here. Ooh, who's that guy? That dino looks aggressive.
Does it? It looks like a wait.
Ooh. My.
Dino Frontier or Hand Manipulation Simulator.
Oh, look at this! We got some dino on dino action.
Oh
Oh
man.
man, that is one dead dino. Yeah, that's an aggressive one.
Okay, be careful. I like how you can kind of brush aside the tree.
Look at that dino over there. Oh, that dino's on a journey of his own.
I love the interface actions being able to scale the scale in and out of the play field too. Kind of like dragging your hands apart or together to zoom in or out.
Justin, do you know how to upgrade your? Oh, it looks like he needs more resources to upgrade that lumberyard.
Yeah, so
More lumber?
it feels like I've been getting a lot of lumber in here.
I mean, maybe
By the
you're
way-
using it for other things.
Oh, I need to assign this guy to work on that lumber.
I see.
Duh.
By the way, looking at your watch to look at like your current stats and everything is such a cool,
I know, that's rad.
such a cool HUD element.
Okay, now we're just going down into that.
He's still chasing that little dino.
He's got a bit of a
He'll
limp.
never
bit of a limp.
get there. Can you feed?
Oh, you can eat that?
Yum.
In fact, there's a trophy for eating that.
Oh, wow.
Yummy. You tried
Oh boy,
to.
look at all this lumber I got.
I believe you tried to eat lumber earlier.
Sweet, sweet
Upgrade.
lumber.
Okay, beautiful.
Oh,
There,
you know what time it is.
It's time for mallet time. Oh my.
Oh no, I should have
goodness.
taken my little guy out before I did
Oh
that.
my God! What is happening? Yes, I loved it. Favorite game.
Okay. Very impressive.
Yes.
I'm excited for this finger manipulation. Looks like there's
Not
some new
something you
folks.
hear often on our
okay.
show.
Oh, look at these fine.
Oh,
people.
I love how you hold the settlers
I
like
know,
like an
so,
hors d'oeuvre
so
tray.
daintily.
It's so good.
What settler will I use today? Now, are these? So these people are what? What do they do?
So
Do
we've
we
got
know?
Maud.
Maud Brittle.
We've got Cletus McGraw.
Yep.
And we've got Edna Westwood.
Edna Westwood. I love all their little voices too. All these settlers have great voices.
I think you should just use Cletus. Yeah. Oh, okay. Or use Maud.
You like Cletus?
Yeah. Let's get Cletus in there. Because you were hovering over him at the time.
Like how you just discarded the other ones.
So, what should Cletus do though?
Probably get to the saloon.
Yeah, Cletus just got into town.
Just got into town.
Enjoy yourself.
And golly, you need to cool yourself
off. Look at this. Oh my God.
Oh please. Yes.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, that's how you make the trees come back so that you can go get more of them.
Oh.
Zach, this is the best. Water all those trees. I like how you could just put your giant. Wait. Answer. Let me ask this question, Justin. The people that are inside Dino Frontier, do they see a giant watering can?
They accept it.
Okay.
They don't question their god.
It's canon.
It's canon. It's part of the official canon.
Okay, I'm on it.
Oh, look at that.
Yes, level up. Sadie Toothless.
Congratulations.
So you should have someone go start chopping down trees, and then you can water those stumps and make the trees come back.
Yes, good idea.
Justin's got the macro.
Yeah, let's get this guy. Cletus, time to put you to work, bud.
Yep, you had
no, what's going on over here?
There's a...
Oh, no!
Oh, no. Does he need help? You probably get him out of there, man.
It seems like you're in some bad trouble here.
Get him to the clinic.
I don't...
Get him to the clinic.
Get out of here.
Can you pick up...
Shoo, dinosaur.
Bad dino. Bad dino.
Oh, no.
Zach, get him out. Get him to the clinic.
No.
To the saloon or the clinic?
No, the clinic.
Right.
You're killing me.
The saloon is the clinic.
You saved him when he had a fraction of his life left.
In those days, guys.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Look at that.
You know, one of my resolutions this year was to get better at gardening. So.
And this is it. And this is how you do it.
This counts, right?
Yeah, this is absolutely
fresh
counts.
basil here.
I would say this is probably harder than real gardening.
I couldn't grow a full tree.
You're growing a whole tree in seconds. Justin, before we end, thoughts on Dino Frontier?
It's a riot. I love it. I want to go play some more of it, actually. I didn't get too far into it when I played it before, but this is making me want to strap the headset back on.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a lot of amazing games out right now, both for PSVR and for PS4. But you might just have to jump back into Dino Frontier a little bit, I think.
Build dino training pen.
Okay,
build.
That's how we'll end. Build the Dino training pen. Oh my God! All right, just build the Dino trading pen, and then we'll
do it, Zach.
Do it, sir. Do it.
Build the pen.
Yes. Mallet time. Kisses the mallet. Oh my God! This looks like my dream. All right, put a settler.
Cletus,
you are now Dino trainer extraordinaire.
Put you in the ring, bud.
Yep, go in that ring.
Said something about you have a lure.
Level up.
Lure.
You can already upgrade.
Oh, nice.
All right. Make that training pen even better. We haven't even used it yet.
Fireworks fingers!
Fireworks fingers!
All right. Use it to heal up. Oh, where do I get my Dino tree?
They're lures. Oh, you need more resources, though.
Oh, really?
Okay. Well, we can end it there.
All right.
Zach, thank you so much for playing Dino Frontier. Justin, thank you for being my co-host.
Thank you for letting me join for this riotous VR gameplay session.
Riotous. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Dino Frontier. It is out now on PlayStation VR. Get it on PlayStation Store. We will see you next time.
PlayStation